Hello, Ken Weller from New Tech Inventors. It's been quite a while since I've done a video. I actually started this channel a little bit over 3 years ago. And at that point, I was trying to get started with some 3D printing. It was all new to me. Of course, any of you that have watched any of my videos have seen that I have progressed over those 3 years. And although it's been several months since I've done a video, I've had some people inquire as to what happened to me. Well, nothing bad. I think after that trip to Montana, I kind of reevaluated things and decided that there were some other things that I wanted to do in addition to 3D printing and doing the YouTube videos and so forth. We still have the print farm and everything. We haven't gone too much farther than where we had gone in the last videos that I posted several months ago. I've been busy doing some other things. My grandson, fortunately, has stepped in, and he's been working on a pretty regular basis, keeping up with orders and doing some of the different things, working with me on that and helping out. And I've been putting less time into that and more time into some other projects. And if you're interested, I'll get into some of those with you and in some future videos and show you some things that I've been doing. But I'm up here in the bonus room at the house, and this is where it all started. This is where I did my first YouTube video. These are some of the first printers that I had in the so-called print farm, which was a bunch of these Monoprice Delta printers in this portable rack that I could move around. Now, I haven't run these Monoprice in a long time. They just had too small of a work surface. I couldn't print enough parts, and also they weren't 100% compatible with some of the ANET and other printers, Kingroons and so forth. I still have several Kingroons up here that we run periodically for those parts. Then I have a lot of random printers up here, a lot of them that I experimented around with and so forth. But anyway, I just wanted to do this video, let everybody know that I'm still alive and kicking, and I have lost about 40 pounds since the last time you saw me. Not from anything bad. I just quit eating bread and sweets and drinking milk and stuff like that, and thought that I just needed to shed a few of those pounds. Still would like to get rid of a few more, but I'm feeling pretty good. Everything's been going fine. One of my subscribers that I used to hear a lot from, he and his wife had an RV and they were traveling around the country. So he wasn't able to settle down and do some of the 3D printing that he'd like to do. That was a restriction for him. But I thought about that a little bit, and now, since I talked to you last, I've purchased an RV and actually I guess you call it a camper trailer or whatever. I had to buy another truck. My Dodge Ram didn't feel like I had quite enough power to tow this thing around the country, because we're planning on the next spring going out west for about 4 or 5 weeks. So I had to get a new truck, which was a Chevy Silverado 2500, and it's a lot different than the Ram, the little 1500 Ram I had. It's a lot harder to park, doesn't have the turning radius. But when you hook up that heavy camper behind it and haul it around, it makes a big difference. And as far as the 3D printing, I'm going to do a video on that camper. We bought it new about 3 months ago, 3 or 4 months ago. And the first thing I did when we got it home, my wife thought, you know, we're buying a brand new camper, trailer, whatever you call them, and you shouldn't have to worry about anything going wrong with it. well, you just had to worry about me tearing it apart and trying to redo it. And I did that. I did a lot of electrical work on it, added cameras and all kinds of stuff. And in the process of doing that, I had to 3D print a lot of parts. And these were parts for everything from mounting cameras to making brackets for supporting the dryer and the vent hose, exhaust shrouds and so forth for that. We have a washing machine in it. I had to 3D print parts relating to that. And there are some more I can't think of right now, but we did 3D print a lot of parts. And there's still several more things that I'm going to 3D print for that. And we will probably put some of those parts on the website because there may be some other people that have added the same features to their RV or may want to add features to it. And some of these 3D printed parts help you adapt these different devices and so forth. The entertainment center was a big thing. We wanted to have a built-in DVD player and everything, and so we kind of circumvented the one that came with it, and I 3D printed parts for the speaker mounts and everything. So we'll get into that, but it sure is handy when you're doing a project like that to have the knowledge to be able to create these STL files and CAD drawings and so forth, and make these parts and have the 3D printers that can print them. And on some of these parts they were large, and I had to use some of my larger printers, the 330 by 330 or even the 400 by 400, to print some of the larger parts, but a lot of them just printed on the A-nets, 220 by 220 millimeter beds, and did fine. Printed a lot of these parts, especially the ones that went outside. We were printing those with PETG, and I guess most of the parts that I printed were PETG because I needed either strength or I needed them to be able to withstand higher temperatures. And I have printed a lot of parts for different things outside where they're exposed to the sun and the heat. And using the PETG, I haven't had any problems. They seem to hold up very well in the hot summer conditions, and also the strength is very good with them. So that's a little bit about the 3D printing. As far as products for the website or eBay or Amazon or any of that stuff, I'm not currently working on new projects because I've gotten sidetracked on these other things that I'm talking about and spending a little more time on that, and quite frankly just a little bit more about enjoying life and getting out and doing things. We've already had the RV to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and we've had it to Savannah. Went down there and spent a week. Right now it's a little too cold to be going anywhere, so we'll probably wait till spring, but we're planning then on going out west and going to Utah and some of the national parks there that I've always heard about and seen pictures of and videos of, but I think that just actually being able to go there and see it from ourselves would be a very fulfilling, enjoyable trip. So may as well go ahead and do it now while we're physically able to get out and get around. So I'm looking forward to that. And a lot of people will do a lot of videos when they're on the road and traveling. I don't know if I'll get into that or not, but I might do a few because there might be some interest there. But the core of everything, and I think the core of the subscribers that I have right now, are more interested in the 3D printing aspect of things than they are of me and my little adventures and so forth. So we'll keep that in mind. And there are some projects that I do have. They're older projects that I planned and started a long time ago, but they're evolving. Last videos I think I was posting, we were in the process of developing and installing a battery backup system specifically for the ANET A8 printers, which are larger 300 by 300 format printers. We do print parts for other customers. Recently printed, I think, 2,000 or 4,000 pieces for this one company, and we'll probably be printing another batch sometime in the near future. But when printing those parts, we printed them with these larger format printers so we could print a larger quantity. And those printers would run continuously for about 24 hours. And we'd have several of them going, and we could not afford to have a power failure or anything that would disrupt that print. So the battery backup system was primarily intended and hooked up to those printers, and it works very well. We actually had a couple incidents where we needed that, and where that battery backup capability prevented us from losing some of those print jobs, because all you have to have is just a 20-minute blackout. And it doesn't matter if your printer has resume print or not. If you're printing on glass bed, 20 minutes it's going to cool down to the point to where when it starts back up you won't have enough adhesion and you'll lose the print. So the battery backup in cases like that was well worth the time and effort we put in to it. We had several batteries so that and these were larger 1,000 amp hour marine batteries, and we had multiples of them supplying 24 volts, and they would run several of those larger format printers for several hours. So we didn't have to worry unless we had a real bad blackout, but within a couple hours we can have a generator up and running to supply continuous power. But we didn't have anything that lasted that long. I don't think I ever finished that series of videos and showing you us actually installing it, but I did do the videos. If I can go back and find those clips, I'll try to find them and put them together and kind of finish that project for you and show you how it went. And then I can also, next time we have a print job running on those and it looks like we might have some power outages or something, I'll try to set up a camera so we can monitor that, and if there is power failure we can actually see the real thing. If not, we'll create one just to show you how the system takes over and keeps everything running smooth. Well, it's good to be back in front of the camera and talking to you guys. I have a lot of supporters out there that were with me for a long time. Hope you guys are still out there. Hope you see this video. You know how much I appreciated all of the support you gave me, and even though it's been 4 months, I'm still around. I'm going to try to get back in here and do some more videos, and hearing from you guys and getting those comments is what really keeps me going, because I can get involved, and I like hearing from you guys, hearing what everybody else is doing and what you have going on, and answering any questions that anyone has about what I'm doing. So get those comments coming. Let me know something. I'll respond. I've responded to every comment that I've ever received, with the exception, I think, a few since that last video, and I'll be responding to them within the next day or two, and any new comments that come in, because I think it's important to give you feedback as well as getting the feedback myself from you on these videos. Well, Christmas is coming up soon, so I'll try to get another video out before the holidays. If I don't for some reason, hope you all have a Merry Christmas. So until the next video, thanks for watching and happy printing.